Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
It says write these fractions appropriately in addition or subtraction. Let's start with the first one. It is how much? How many parts are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 5, how many do you see shaded? 1. So it's 1 over 5. Then what sign do we have here? And what do we have here? Look at this carefully. This is 1 over 5. What is this? This is 2 over 5. And the answer is 3 over 5. So what do you think? Which sign should come in between? If you are saying addition, then you are absolutely correct. Because if we add 1 and 2, we get 3 as the answer. Okay. Now let's move to the next one. Here we see out of 5, all the 5 parts are shaded, right? So it's 5 over 5. Then we have some sign in between. Then we have 3 over 5. And then we are left with, in the answer, we have got 2 over 5, right? So what sign will come in between? Is it minus? Correct. It's a minus sign. Moving on to the next one. How many dots do you see are colored out of the 6? It's 2 out of 6, right? And then we have got in the second image, we have got 3 out of 6 shaded. How many do you see in the third image? 5 out of 6 shaded. So what is the sign in between? It's a plus sign, right? Moving on to the next question. We are going to add these fractions. So it's 1 over 18 plus 1 over 18. The answer will be 1 plus 1 over 18. That is 2 over 18. The next one is 1 over 22 and 21 over 22. So 1 plus 21 over 22. The answer will be 22 over 22. That means if something has been divided into 22 parts, out of 22, all 22 have been shaded. So I can also write down this as whole, a 1. Okay. Now moving on to the next one. It's 8 over 15 and 3 over 15. So 8 plus 3 over 15 it is. So 8 plus 3 we need to do, and the denominator remains the same as 15. Right, so here it is 11 over 15. Moving on to the next one. It's 12 over 15 minus 7 over 15. So what do we need to do? We just have to do the subtraction of the numerators. Right, so here it will be 5 over 15. I'm sorry. Yeah. Right, so it's 5 out of 15. Now the next one is 7 over 7 minus 7 over 5. So what is 7 minus 5 over 7? It will be 7 minus 5 over 7, that is 2 over 7. Moving on to the next one, it's 5 plus 3 over 8, right? So 5 plus 3 is 8 over 8. Again, out of 8, all the 8 are selected. So the answer is 1. I hope this is clear to all of you students. Now let's move to the next one. The next here is 1 take away 2 over 3. I hope students you know what will we do if we see 1 as written here. Because 1 represents the whole part, we can write down this as a fraction. What fraction shall we choose? What shall be there in the denominator? Are you saying 3? You are correct. Just look at the next fraction and you can guess what denominator it should be. So out of 3, how many should be selected in order to get 1 as the answer? Out of 3, all 3 should be selected. Okay. Now from this, we need to do the takeaway of 2 over 3. The answer will be 1 over 3, right? Now the next one, here it says 1 over 4 plus 0 over 4. So 1 plus 0 over 4, the answer will be 1 over 4, a quarter. Moving on to the next one, it says 3 over something, we don't know what it is, okay, minus 12 over 5. Now what will we do? Now we need to think that how can we find out the denominator, okay? We need to make the like fractions. So what we are going to do, you need to think carefully that what can you keep as the denominator so that you can get 3 as your answer. So we need to first make these two fractions as like fractions. So here it's 3 over say 1 and here it's 12 over 5. Now let's try to make this one into 5. So what can we do? We can multiply numerator and denominator by 5 itself. So this will be 15 over 5. Okay, so we have got the equivalent fraction for 12 over 5, right? So it is, we have got the equivalent fraction for 3, that is 15 over 5, right? Because we wanted to have a like fraction as 12 over 5. So it's 15 over 5 minus 12 over 5. So what is the answer? It is 15 minus 12 over 5, that is 3 over 5. Moving on to the next question, it says Shubham painted 2 over 3 of the wall space in his room. His sister Madhvi helped and painted 1/3 of the wall space. How much did they paint together? Okay, so let's write down what Shubham did. Shubham painted 2/3, okay, and Madhvi painted 1/3. How much did they paint together? So together they painted, so together means we need to find the sum of the two. So it's 2 over 3 plus 1 over 3 and the answer is 3 over 3, right? So that means 3 over 3 is one whole. So they have basically painted the whole wall. Clear? Moving on to the next one. Here it is, we need to fill the missing fractions. So it's 7 over 10 minus something in the fraction equals to 3 over 10. Right, so denominator will be 10 itself. What shall I take away from 7 in order to get 3? What shall I take away from 7 to get 3? If you are saying the answer is 4, you are absolutely correct. Why? You can either check this by doing 7 take away 3. Okay. Now moving on to the next one. Here it's a fraction. Take away 3 over 21 equals to 5 over 21. Now in order to find this missing fraction, the first thing is that you will have 21 as the denominator. You can add the numerators here to get this missing fraction. So if I do 8 take away 3, I'll get 5 as the answer, right? Moving on to the next one. It is something take away 3 over 6 and I get 3 over 6. So something take away 3 is 3. What is the number? It's 6 over 6 take away 6 over 6 take away 3 over 6. The answer will be 3 over 6. So instead of writing 6 over 6, I can also write this as 1 take away 3 over 6 is equal to 3 over 6. Okay students, I hope you know why I have written 1 instead of 6 over 6, because it's representing the whole. Moving on to the next one. Here it's something plus 5 over 27, that gives 12 over 27. Now what will you add in your 5 to get 12? So first thing is very simple, that you make sure that you write down the denominator as it is, because we are working with like fractions. So working out the denominator is no big task. We just have to write down the same denominator. Now how will you do something added to 5 to get 12? For this you need to do 12 take away 5. Okay. How will you do? You will take away 5 from 12 to get your answer. So it will be 7. Right? So because 12 take away 5 is 7. So if you do 7 plus 5, it is 12. So either way, you can just shuffle the numbers to get your answer. Moving on to the next one. It says Javed was given 5 over 7 of the basket of oranges. What fraction of oranges was left in the basket? Okay. So a basket of oranges. If you are just considering something and you are not given any number, so that means it's a whole out of something. So here, this is the whole out of, this is what the basket of oranges represent, the whole. And it has been divided into how many parts? 7 parts. Okay, it has been divided into 7 parts. And this is representing the whole. Okay, the whole has been divided into 7 parts, out of which 5 out of 7 was given, it was given to Javed. So here let's write down Javed is having how much? Javed is having 5 out of 7. Okay, and we need to find what fraction of oranges was left in the basket. So let's write down the leftover, right? So the leftover oranges in the basket is the total number of oranges, that is the 1 whole. Take away 5/7. Now 1 whole can be written down as out of 7, all the 7 parts if selected, that will represent 1 whole. Now I need to take away 5/7 from this. The answer will be 7 take away 5/7, that is 2/7. So out of the whole, 2 parts are still left after giving away the number of oranges to Javed. I hope students you are clear with what we have learned today in the chapter of addition and subtraction of fractions. I hope you are very much confident with addition of fractions, like fractions, and subtraction of like fractions. And with this, we are good to end our today's class.